I'm standing in front of the Abbey Tavern, a building that Google will tell you is a bar in the Richmond district of San Francisco, frequented by USF students, sports fans, and Irish expats. But something special happens here on Tuesday nights that attracts a very different clientele. Join me as we find out what is the Abbey Tavern and what makes its tavern so Abbey. Our story begins back in 2001 with the release of Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. Melee was a significant step up from the previous Smash Bros. Title, with better graphics, a larger roster of characters, and plenty of new game mechanics. The platform fighter was easy to learn and hard to master. Once players got the hang of consistently beating their friends, they'd seek out new competition, which eventually led to in-person tournaments where a few dozen people would lug their GameCubes and large CRT televisions to a physical venue to play against each other. This culture has grown and evolved with time, leading to larger tournaments called Majors, which usually attract hundreds of players from around the world. Additionally, recently developed fan-made online play allows people to play against each other even over an internet connection. But the core of this Melee culture has always been at the level of the local tournaments, where players from a particular region meet regularly to sharpen their skills, socialize, and ultimately form tight-knit communities. One of these communities has found its home in the Abbey Tavern. After 100 iterations, Abbey Tavern has become one of the largest Melee locals in the world, regularly pulling in 50-plus competitors every week. But Abbey came from much humbler beginnings. I sat down with Melee tournament organizer Nate Gallagher, who started the tournament series, to hear more about Abbey's history and his history in the Melee scene.
Yeah, so I started in the scene as a live streamer. I was working at Twitch, and I didn't know anything about Melee. And the office manager was like, hey, the Melee guys need help with their streaming, blah, blah, blah. So I basically learned how to live stream so that I could help Scaruto, like D1, all them stream their in-house tournaments. And so that's how I kind of got connected to the scene. And then after I left Twitch in 2017, I was streaming local tournaments at SFSU, also at the Maid in Oakland, like NorCal Arcadian 6, the 10th anniversary of Wombo Combo. And then after that, I started a weekly tournament on Tuesdays in the Mission. I wanted to start a tournament at Blackthorn because it's close to my apartment. And they were like, you know what? Gaming events don't really work here. Like, we tried it in the past, whatever. But there's this other bar called Barrel Proof. And they were like, go talk to them, maybe they'll have you. And we had like the whole upstairs there for our weekly events. It was a lot smaller. It was like 8 setups or something. And then COVID happened and that shut down. We lost a bunch of our equipment. Eventually, the bar manager, Henry, like found some of our equipment, including the Wii's. And that allowed us to start the Blackthorn tournament. And then we did 24 weeks at Blackthorn. And then we decided to come over here because it's bigger. And we didn't miss a beat. We just came straight over here.
But Nate isn't the only one running the show anymore. Working alongside him is a handful of other volunteers, one of whom is Lars Bars, another tournament organizer who has also played a large part in Abbey's history.
Yeah, so I guess I started back in the Blackthorn days. I heard through a friend that the tournaments were starting. I didn't really know Nate at all at the time, but I lived in the area in the Sunset where Blackthorn was, so I just started going and asked if they needed help. You would get a free drink ticket back then. I don't think I really put in that much work back in the Blackthorn days, but then we moved over to Abbey, and that's kind of when I started just like going full throttle on like trying to improve everything and like making all the graphics and stuff for the Start GG, and then just promoting it, and then kind of just like done slowly more and more, and how I'm like kind of doing everything.
So that's the story of how Abbey got started. After the hurdles of COVID and the struggles of finding a consistent venue, the newfound stability allowed for growth for the weekly tournament. With that challenge taken care of, I was curious what running Abbey looks like on a weekly basis.
I mean, it's pretty smooth. This is a relatively easy setup because we have everything in the basement. We just like bring it up and run the event. But anymore, I wouldn't want to do it myself. If 5 people could just do one thing during the event, it really helps everything move more smoothly. You know, I don't think it's healthy that a lot of events are just like one person does the entire thing. Like they bring everything, they set everything up, they run the whole event, and then they break everything down. And they're trying to pay themselves usually. That's another thing here, like it's all volunteer based. I don't take any money, none of the TOs take any money. Everything goes to prizes, and we also give money to the bar. But that's it.
We've honestly like had so much support from like people who just join, and everyone's doing a different role. When we implemented the carpool discount, like our numbers just became so much more consistent. It's like $5 per person, but like I guess that's just a big incentive. We hit cap like nonstop after we added that, and then like we thought that after Genesis that it would die down, but it just kept going. So that we had to like get used to where it's just like it's never going to be slow again because people just want to keep coming.
Through hard work and dedication, the local tournament is able to run relatively smoothly every Tuesday night. But there's more that happens here than just a simple double elimination tournament. In my pursuit of the magic of Abbey Tavern, I turned to the patrons. Who are these people that come to Abbey every Tuesday, and what brings them back week after week?
I'm Rocket F20, real name Max. I've been to about 80 of these, I would think. As long as I'm not out of town, I show up here every week.
My name is Rainey. My tag is Rainey. Probably like 25 Abbeys, 30 Abbeys total.
I'm Ricky, Cozy.
I'm Iron. I've been to 70 Abbeys.
I'm Papa. I've been to maybe 15 Abbeys.
My name is Joe Gertler. My tag is Mega Man. Some people know me as MM Under. I've been attending Abbey pretty close to near the start.
Yo, is that Joe Gertler, Mega Man? Yo, dude, I'm your biggest fan, man.
Oh my God! I shake your hand.
It's looking like Jib is put on a masterclass. There we go. He jumps, gets kicked mid-air.
My name's Jeff. I go by the tag Arias. I don't know how many Abbeys I've been to, but I've won around 26.
I'm Mongoose. I've probably been to like 70 Abbeys if I had to guess.
I am Egg. I have been probably 60 something.
I'm Kegstand Jesus. I probably have like 80, 85 Abbeys. I don't miss that many. This is all I do.
It has a very friendly vibe. People take it serious. There's some small group of people who take it really serious. I think it's more of a fun vibe in general. People are willing to be a little silly, get drunk. Everyone's here to have a good time no matter how good you are, which I like. But at the top end, it's still great practice.
I was definitely intimidated going to my first local, but the vibes here were a lot nicer and friendlier. People were eager to like hang out and like teach me things as well, so it wasn't super intimidating to just come in, and I like instantly became a part of the scene, so I just felt like that welcoming environment makes it different from the rest.
Besides the competitive scene, I like that I look forward to it beyond that. I think I look into seeing friends and basically familiar faces, and the fact that it's a community that keeps on growing.
I live like down in South Bay, but I can't go to Guild House because it's $25. So I'm here, and I get my ass beat by Jeff every week. I get double eliminated every week. I always carpool, so it's $5 entry. The beers are pretty cheap. There's CRT. There's 2 streams, commentators set up like right in the middle of everything. People like come and watch, and they actually care about the sets. And now we have like pools, so like that shit runs well. I just made a good amount of friends here. You know, I feel like I'm like a part of the community here. I think it's actually one of the biggest locals in the world for Smash Bros. Melee. Honestly, the vibes are amazing. Your friends every week. Even the bartender's cool, Clay.
I just think everyone's like super welcoming, like even the top players, which I think is kind of rare in Melee scenes. Like not a lot of ego among top players, like super down to give advice to newer players. Like it's a very, they foster growth here. Everyone's gotten a lot better in the last year since I've been coming.
Everyone's here just to have a good time, really. It's just everyone is like super nice. There's no real dickheads here. You come here for the first time, you'll talk to anybody. You could have a half-hour conversation with anybody about anything. They'll get along with you. Everybody's here to make everybody better.
So I live in the city here, so it's like 15 minutes away from me. If I was in North Carolina, I would have to drive like an hour or so to a local. It was just at like some dusty ass college campus, and I think the vibe of Abbey is great because it's in a great bar.
The first one was that it was just the closest one, and I think Tuesday nights is pretty convenient. There's a bar, having alcohol is really nice, but I think at the very beginning, like fun having a thing that there's a very low churn of people. It's always the same people coming through, So we're able to build a community off that. The first time I met everyone just got along really well. And the first Blackthorn we had when we brought back SF Melee tournaments after COVID was just like electric. Everyone was having a great time. Everyone was just excited to be outside again and playing Melee.
Super homey, like I think you could ask most people in the bar to buy you a beer and they would. Like that's the kind of vibe that we have here.
I feel like we kind of skew older, like even like for Melee locals. I don't know, everyone's like a viber, you know? Everyone feels like Melee is a secondary thing, and then the main thing that they're here for is to hang out.
Drunk,
Outgoing,
passionate.
mid at Melee.
Most people here have been playing for a decent amount of time. There's a decent amount of new blood, but it definitely skews like on the higher skill level.
I think they do care about Melee, otherwise they probably wouldn't show up in the first place. But I think once you start coming back to Abbey, it becomes more about like just showing up for the community and like hanging out with people rather than like, I don't know, necessarily competing. And I think that's what's cool about it, is that like everyone who's there is like got someone to talk to and like hang out with, and like everyone's got their own like thing they can do there.
That's weird because I feel like the thing that makes it great is that everyone's so different. There's no like stereotypes of the Abbey Tavern goer.
I think they're interesting. Everyone has a quirk about them, including myself.
The average Abbey attendee is a chiller, one tour, and usually plays some like bullshit character like Samus or Yoshi.
So you're talking about Egg?
We're talking about Egg and Garage.
These people are all psychopaths and you shouldn't trust any of them. Everybody wants to help everybody out for Melee or un-Melee related reasons. It's kind of like a big group of friends, and we hang out on Tuesdays because that's when everybody's got work off or whatever they're out.
The first step is going, and I promise it seems extremely intimidating, but all anyone wants to do here is be your friend.
It's probably one of the best environments to try out a competitive scene. You have like really serious people who are trying, and then there's people who are like my friends who just kind of show up and enjoy their time.
Oh, there's nothing to fear. I think you show it to Abbey, like even if you're quiet, because we're so tight-knit, we kind of notice when someone's new, so there's going to be someone to come in, introduce themselves to you, and like it's chill.
There's not really an expectation for you to like come and, you know, do well, or people are scared that like they're gonna like lose or something, and you probably will. I don't think that's what it's about. I think it's just about meeting people, and like there are people who are like learning the game as well, so it's an opportunity to grow with other players and join a community that's like actually going to help you improve if that's what your goal is. But if it's not your goal, you're still going to meet a bunch of people and like have a good time every week.
I would say just to come out, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool people here. Despite like how high I mentioned like the skill curve is generally, it's pretty like welcoming.
I mean, strangers are friends you haven't met yet. If you're gonna go to any local, this is the one to go to. But go to any. If you're able or close enough, if you have the time, go to a local. You'll know everybody's name in like less than a month. Everybody will say hi to you when you walk in.
Doesn't hurt to just come out one time, see how it is. I mean, there's a lot of players that are just like grinding online, but they don't really like try to go out of their way to like play in these like real life competitions or like just meet new friends. Either way, I feel like there's something for everyone.
The easiest place to make friends at Abbey Tavern is at the bar. If you're just hanging out at the bar and have a controller, the first person that walks up, if you just chat them up and be like, hey, I'm you, it's just really easy to make friends here. The first time I went to a SF Melee tournament, I made, I think, 10 of my closest friends all in one day. And that's just what kept me in the scene.
Just do it. Once you do once, it's so much easier to just go any local, any tournament. Like, it just opens so many doors for you.
I've participated in quite a few different Melee scenes, and I think this particular like SF NorCal scene is the easiest to integrate in. Like once you come once, you'll make 20 friends and you'll be excited to come back, and people will dap you up next time you come in. I think it's very, very easy to get in.
And you'll get better.
Yeah.
Come and it'll be a really good time. If you're new to Melee, literally ask anybody if like for tips, because we love talking about this game and we love helping new people get into the community. I want to be able to share it with more people, and Abbey itself is just like one of the sickest locals in the world, I would say. So if you're close by, or even if you're not close by, like swing by, because it's gonna be a good time.
I don't play that often. I play maybe once a week outside of the Abbey, and I attribute like my consistency to, I think because I play music, it pairs with my other hobbies pretty well outside of Melee. And I mean, it's challenging. I'm getting into chess now, and I see similarities with that too.
The biggest thing about Melee is that to really get better at the game, you have to change yourself.
Melee's kind of been there like for my entire life, I would say. I feel like the game has forced me to grow. It pushes me to be like a better version of myself, but also like I really love how hard you can kind of big dog people in this game. It's like an unparalleled feeling.
I do have some experience as like event organization, and like part of being like a TO also like helped me develop that. And the personal playing aspect, I would say like learning to like focus in and like drown out noise is like a big thing I've gotten from it.
I like Yoshi a lot. It's so complicated and weird, and you can never ever learn everything about it.
A big part of like when I started playing Melee, especially like on stream, I would get really nervous. I couldn't even like use my hands properly or whatever, just because I was like so scared of what people were thinking. You kind of just have to address these like parts of yourself through Melee when they show up, and realize that a lot of it isn't even in the game. It's just like stuff you're worried about outside of the game. It's a cool way to like see what you need to work on, and I think I don't get that anymore just because I've like kind of realized it doesn't really matter to how I want to like be perceived if I don't do well.
At first it was definitely just that the movement, and it was just cool. The dock was sick, yada yada, but I was in a silo where I wasn't like playing in the locals or anything. I was just playing with myself, so I just enjoyed the game a lot. Once I started going to locals and making like, it's basically my entire community, all my friends are all Melee players. But the main thing I take away from Melee is just that having a hobby is just the most important thing. It doesn't matter what your hobby is, but if your hobby involves community, all you need is something that you like doing that has a community that also loves doing that thing.
I think for me, it's something that you can put time into and get very clear results. So it's an easy way to kind of work on self-improvement in any field, because it's just such a clear one-to-one like effort you put in is what you get out of it. There's such a variety of levels, especially here, but any tournament, that you can easily like see yourself climb each month you come in and practicing. So I think it's very fun to just see yourself get better at something like that in such a clear way.
Yeah, kind of similar. It's given me like a small routine to add to my day, just to spend a couple minutes playing Melee. And you can like, if you have clear goals, you can see those outcomes pretty clearly. As well as like the community is so diverse and fun compared to other like gaming communities. I don't know, I just feel like
it's definitely given me a friend group.
Yeah, it's given me a friend group. People I like to hang out with every day and talk to every day. Like there's always someone I can chat with. Everybody's so fun and friendly. It's a great environment.
Yeah.
I think Melee really like amplified my competitive drive to do things better than other people. It's definitely affected how I change, like how I think about certain things in life.
I think there's a lot of things that when I started looked impossible that I can now do like consistently. And I feel like that kind of gives you confidence to pursue other things that seem challenging, you know what I mean? Like it's easy because it's a game and it's fun, but it's like I never thought I'd be able to like beat Marth ever, and now it's possible. So it's just that kind of confidence, I think.
Yeah.
Arius. It's either Arius or Iron.
I'll give it out to Iron.
Me.
This guy.
Most popular answer so far, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just stop the interviews now.
I'd take Jeff, and if not Jeff, then me.
I'm throwing a Danny Snap in the ring.
Arius.
I mean, I want to say me.
It's Arius. If you haven't seen Arius play, he's coached Mega Man. He's slightly better than him at least. And Mega Man, as you said, is one of the best players in the world. Where does that leave Jeff Arius?
Who's winning Abbey tonight? I don't gotta answer that question. It's gonna be me.
I mean, I don't think we're the best team, BVS, Elliot. I just think it's cool that we somehow got by winning every doubles tournament. So it's nice getting recognized like as the best team.
My favorite Abbey Tavern memories mostly come from any moment where everyone's getting really excited about the Melee on the screen, regardless of the level. There's something really like amazing about having everyone get excited about the 2-1-2ers, you know, last stock, spaghetti set, you know, because we all experience it, right?
watching like some super hype set in winners round 2. Yeah, I mean like recently when like Arnaldo beat Arias, everyone was popping off, and I feel like a lot of locals don't have that. Like everyone who wasn't playing was watching and screaming and reacting, and for like winners round 2, and I think that's sick.
One of them is the one I won. Olivia getting timed out was really funny, even though it was really evil. Let me just say, Arnaldo double eliminating Jeff like 2 weeks ago, last week.
I think the Halloween week at Abbey, when we all play on just a Halloween file and dress up, and what other local's just gonna run a Halloween like file on CRT and just like do it the whole tournament?
The worst thing that we've ever done is the Halloween skins. I love it, but I hate it.
I hate Halloween. Every single time Halloween happens, Lars puts on some bullshit skins. It's so stupid. Halloween's the worst part. My favorite part, however, it's being Mega Man's biggest fan. If you're out there and you haven't heard of Joe Megamunder Gertler, if you haven't seen his brilliant Fox play this game, you are missing out. Go on YouTube right now, look up any...
I met her.
Same, I guess.
I like beating Graves. He was talking shit about how at his local everybody stays sober, here everyone gets drunk. He's like, this is gonna be free. But I beat him drunk, he was sober.
There's a few, but the one that comes to mind is like when they had the Abbey Awards, where they had this whole award show going, and everyone just got like random awards for really funny things. There's like other things that are more like personal, like my first wins against players. The first time I beat Mojo was amazing because at that point I was known as like a spacey killer, but like Mojo was just someone I couldn't beat no matter what. And then I feel like after I put a lot of effort into that matchup, I started like figuring things out more. And ever since then, I don't think I've lost to Mojo.
I don't win a whole lot, but I've enjoyed the game a whole lot more, and I'm just having a lot more fun in general. And in the last about month, maybe a little less, has been the most fun I've had with anything gaming related in a while.
I think the Abbey Awards every year is like what Abbey is all about. Everyone just like comes together and celebrates, and it really stops becoming about the Melee at that point. Everyone just wants to like hang out and celebrate all the work that's gone into it.
To Lars's point, there has been a lot that's gone into Abbey. Not just from the tournament organizers running the events and the players grinding every week to improve, but a wide range of other miscellaneous contributions from a variety of community members.
I think the great thing about like Abbey though is that like so many different people have like their own like different skills, and like not everyone can do everything, so like having everyone just pull their like one or two skills together makes it a million times better, because no one's solely in charge of what's going on there. It's like if you have a good idea, you can probably just do it.
Everyone's just super excited about all the random shit that we do, like the culture that's been developed, the inside jokes, like the lore has been developing a lot, and it's really fun to just help cultivate that, really. Talk to the Tavern was mainly Lars's thing. Unfortunately, he can't be here today, but I think Talk to the Tavern helped us, give us a platform to start developing a little bit more of the culture around Abbey Tavern. We started adding the comics in, and the comics took off, and people were really enjoying that. And then the comics led to us wanting to do the shirts. And the main thing is we were trying to raise money for a new streaming computer.
I mean, it blows my mind that we have Talk of the Tavern, that we make t-shirts. Like, I never would have thought we could have that. And I'm glad that we have like creative people in the community like Lars, all the people who help with Talk of the Tavern, Pranav. Everybody just kind of like comes up with new ideas all the time.
What Nate is talking about are some of the major contributions to the San Francisco Melee community. First off, Abbey has a fantastic live stream with beautiful stream elements and live commentary from the attendees. Recurring viewership provides out-of-towners with a way that they can still contribute to each Abbey iteration. Even if you can't come to Abbey that night, you can keep up with all the Abbey happenings, and the people in the bar can read the messages you send on a large TV in real time. But there's so many other unique additions to Abbey Tavern that many tournaments don't have. An automatic match caller that displays who should be playing next on the wall, a newspaper called Talk of the Tavern that summarizes the events of each Abbey, features a crossword puzzle, and highlights the achievements of players of all levels while referencing inside jokes. Some of the comics from Talk of the Tavern even made their way onto t-shirts. A hobby as simple as Smash Brothers spawned these kinds of events. Events whose consistency allows the formation of communities. Communities whose passion and commitment have formed a culture. Here in San Francisco, all Abbey patrons, new and old, reap the benefits of what has been sown. In an era where third spaces are dying out and an increasing portion of our daily lives are isolated from the world around us, Melee locals like Abbey represent the in-person social forces that have traditionally kept us healthy and allowed us to grow. We make new friends, learn new things about the game we love, create new art and technology to share with each other, and learn things about ourselves and how we need to adapt to find success in our lives in whatever form that success comes in. Abbey isn't just a tournament, it's a home for people looking to make better lives for themselves and their community. If you find yourself looking for this kind of support, this kind of growth, this kind of community, it can all start with a simple hobby and the drive to share it with others. Who knows? Maybe that hobby even ends up being Super Smash Bros. Melee. And maybe, just maybe, I'll see you next Tuesday at the Abbey Tavern. Lastly, I want to let you guys know I will include resources in the description of this video for how to sign up for Abbey Tavern, how to watch Abbey Tavern, and how to find a Melee local near you if you're not based out of San Francisco. If you have any questions about becoming a part of the scene, go ahead and leave a comment and I would be happy to answer. Here are some shout outs before we wrap up.
Obviously, shout out Abbey Tavern, shout out the entire crew organizing this and everyone that comes out.
I love Abbey. It's so sick. It's such a good place. Everyone's cool. So. Yo, these are my friends. Oh, they're going inside.
Shout outs to NorCal Melee. Shout outs to Abbey. Shout outs to all of our TOs who allow this to be possible in the first place. Especially shout outs to all of our grinders who come and get their ass beat every single week. Because I see you and I see you in the bracket, and I really appreciate those players.
I mean, like, my wife knows how important this community is. Being with friends week after week, always seeing each other, definitely helped my depression. Feeling isolated before this all came to what it is now. But now just having everybody around, having this community, like, I just feel a lot happier. Like, I feel part of something.
Shout outs to all the TOs, all the legacy TOs, you know, anyone who's running a local in NorCal in the past 10 years, and then all the Abbey people, Lars Bars, Nate, Rocket F20, anyone who's stepped up and picked up the laptop and has started calling matches, you have a special place in my heart because I have to get out of here before 2 a.m.
Shout out Nate, shout out Callum for setting this up. Nate just saved SF Melee, really. There you go. Without them, we wouldn't have them. Yeah. Lars Bars.
Too. Lars Bars. Big shout out to that guy. He does a lot of work behind the scenes, I feel like.
Shout out Mega Man.
Mega Man Joe Gertler, please start coaching. The world needs your knowledge. You're giving it away for free over here. You could be making bank on metafy.gg/MMUNDE.
Shout out Bakersfield Smash Scene. We did not have the numbers to produce an event like Abbey, but those guys taught me everything I know. So
shout out Calpel Kid, shout out Callum, got me into Melee. Love that man. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, truly. I would be stuck playing Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Shouts to my friends. I have a lot of friends that just come here casually to watch me play and have a few beers. And I think that's like what Melee's about sometimes, just like hang out with your friends.
Probably got to shout out Olivia for doing all the new graphics. It's nice having someone who actually knows how to do graphic design, and obviously Nate, because he kind of just started this and organizes like so much of it. I don't know, like all the TOs, Max, Keg Stands, I don't know, everyone who like has done anything for Abbey is like kind of the GOAT. Also Arius and basically Arius only is the one who's like consistently showing up and like just making it like competitive. I think like once you come to Abbey, you kind of understand what the appeal is. Even though it's like hard to describe, it's like you'll just feel it, I guess.
I mean, shout out everybody who comes to Abbey. I love this community. Like, I care about everybody who comes here. I like this to go forever, you know, until we're all like in a retirement community.
Yeah.
We have a retirement community nearby.
Then we really can't come every week, right?
Yeah.